Welcome to Brantley County High School Registration 2020. We're sorry that we weren't able to meet with you face-to-face to discuss this process and advise your students, but we have a plan in place to get our students advised, assisted, and registered for next year's classes at BCHS. It starts with some information we need each of you to see and hear. So, this is our agenda. We're going to briefly discuss each of these topics: graduation requirements, plan of study, course options, advanced placement and dual enrollment courses, pathway options, HOPE requirements, and plans for registration. So graduation requirements for Brantley County High School. All students have to have at least 27 units to graduate. They have opportunity for 32 in their entire high school career, so very little wiggle room. And 16 of these credits must be core credits, 4 each from each of the 4 core subject areas. In addition, all students have to also get 11 elective credits. Okay, so most of you remember back as a freshman, you had to select a plan of study. So you either selected career tech prep, college prep, or research university prep. So we know that sometimes plans change. We know that sometimes maybe you have some opportunities that you didn't anticipate, or just maybe your interests have changed and you need to change your plan of study. For that reason, we're asking even our 10th, 11th, and 12th graders, rising 10th, 11th, and 12th graders, to once again select their plan of study, just so that we have the most up-to-date information about you prior to registration. So we need to discuss our senior academic course offerings. In English Language Arts, you're going to take English Lit Comp, English Lit Comp with support, or one of our dual enrollment opportunities, 1101 or 1102. Now, in order to take the dual enrollment course, you must meet the eligibility requirements that we'll get to in a few minutes. In math, your opportunities are pre-calculus, math finance, algebra 2 with support, or one of the dual enrollment opportunities that you see listed there, college algebra, pre-calculus, or statistics. Now, if you are a college prep student, you're going to need to make sure you get through pre-calculus or one of the dual enrollment classes as your 4th math. If you're career tech prep and you have already completed algebra 2, then you may sign up for math finance instead of pre-calculus. Those of you who are currently in geometry would sign up for algebra 2 with support. And if you happen to be that student and your college prep, you will need to sign up additionally for pre-calculus. So you would double up in math your senior year, algebra 2 with support and pre-calculus. Moving on to science, the opportunities are chemistry, honors physics, honors anatomy, earth, or and other approved 4th science, and those are listed below there. For our students who are college prep, we encourage them to get through chemistry in order to maintain the rigor requirement for HOPE, which we'll get to in a few minutes. If you are career prep, then you may take earth, or you may take one of the other opportunities listed below: animal science, computer science principles, essentials of healthcare, forest science, game design, horticulture, natural resources, or sports medicine. Finally, for social studies, you're going to either take economics or honors economics. So now we're going to talk more in detail about some unique academic opportunities that we have at BCHS with advanced placement or AP courses and dual enrollment opportunities. AP courses give our students just a leg up when it comes to getting into college, being prepared for college. You can read some of these bullets, but basically, they're college-level courses. At the end, students take an exam. The cost of the exam currently is $86, but if they take the course and make well enough on the exam, then they will get college credit for the course. Now, if you do sign up for an AP course, you need to expect rigor. It will be a lot of work. Your teachers are going to have high expectations, so if you sign up for that class or classes, be prepared because there will be a lot of rigor. We're trying to get you ready for the next step. But it does offer you the opportunity to earn college credit. And then if you are applying to a school where you need to show strength of schedule in your transcript, these AP courses will do that. And at BCHS, we try to offer a nice mixture of dual enrollment courses and AP courses to help to balance out your transcript and just to give you that strength of curriculum that you need to be competitive. These are our current AP offerings. And then moving along to the dual enrollment opportunities that our students have. There's a list here of degree level courses, beginning with English. We have 2 English classes, 2 histories. We're offering 3 math dual enrollment courses next year and a speech course. That's public speaking. It's a communications class. Those are our degree level courses. And then we offer some 2 technical programs. Now, we've had CNA for many years, and this year we're looking to add a program in welding where they will be able to earn actually 2 welding certificates, one in basic shielded metal arc welding, and the other certificate would be gas metal arc welding. Okay, so you may be curious as to what the requirements are to take these courses. So the courses that I just mentioned to you are courses that are offered on our campus. So they're offered here at BCHS. And our criteria for students to be able to take these classes is that they would have to have an 85 or better academic GPA. They would have to have a recommendation from their teacher. And they can't have missed more than 5 unexcused absences in the preceding semester. That is for on our campus dual enrollment classes. Next, we're going to talk about dual enrollment opportunities that are off of BCHS's campus. This means you would be going to the actual college campus or taking an online class with a college. Now, we've stepped up the requirements for students who are going off campus because you're just not in as close proximity to us for us to be able to support you through those classes. So we have a little stricter criteria for you to be able to take those off-campus dual enrollment classes. You would have to have completed 6 high school honors courses. You would have to have a 90 or better academic GPA, and you can't have missed more than 5 unexcused absences in the preceding semester. Now, our dual enrollment opportunities are reserved for our juniors and seniors. However, our 10th graders need to have this in mind and be making preparations to be able to meet this criteria if they have aspirations of taking dual enrollment as a junior or senior. Okay, so if you're a student who you're saying, yes, that sounds like me, and I want to do dual enrollment off of BCHS's campus, the first thing you're going to need to do to get the ball rolling is contact Miss Lori McNeese as soon as possible to get the ball rolling. You'll get her contact information at the end of this presentation. You would need to contact her as soon as possible to go ahead and begin to make preparations. And listed there below are yearly deadlines to register for classes. Now, these aren't deadlines for you to decide whether or not you want to do dual enrollment. These are deadlines if you already have the plan's in place and you've met with Ms. McNeese, these are deadlines to actually register for the classes. Okay, let's bounce back to some pathway options here at the high school. We're going to review those quickly. Okay, as you already know, we have many opportunities for a variety of pathways. We have advanced academic pathways, we have CTAE pathways, fine arts, and world language pathways. The advanced academic pathways are for advanced placement, or you can actually earn an advanced academic pathway in any of the 4 core content areas if you take one AP course or one dual enrollment course that count as core credit. So while the advanced placement academic pathway may be difficult to attain, we have many students who are definitely capable of attaining an academic distinction in at least one content area. We also like for our students to take CTAE courses, as this just broadens their horizons and makes them more well-rounded, in addition to fine arts courses. These are the pathways that we currently offer for CTAE, and there will be a document emailed out that will include more detail on the CTAE pathways and exactly which courses go with which pathways. Okay, so we always have questions about work-based learning, and it's never too early to get to thinking about work-based learning and what you're going to want to do your 11th and 12th grade years. So you have to be an 11th or 12th grader to participate. You have to be 16 or older and have a driver's license. You also have to have completed a minimum of 1 CTAE class. Many times for you 10th graders, we like to encourage you to go ahead and take that Intro to Business CTAE class, as that'll broaden your horizons to be able to go out and get a job in any area. Sometimes our students are limited based upon the pathway that they choose when it comes to work-based learning. So we encourage all students to take at least that one course. It's the starter course for entrepreneurship. It's called Intro to Business. So we encourage all of our students who are interested in work-based learning to go ahead and take that. And that just opens many doors for them for employment as an 11th or 12th grader interested in going into work-based learning. You should also know that there is some criteria in place for actually being admitted into the work-based learning program that Dr. Andrea Tanner will have to share with you if you sign up. And also, if you don't meet that criteria, then we would be looking at selecting some different elective courses. Okay, we're going to talk for a moment about the high school transcript and HOPE eligibility, as both of these topics affect your course selection. Okay, so HOPE scholarship basically equates to approximately 90% of paid tuition for students going to a Georgia public college. So that means if you maintain a 3.0 or higher academic GPA, and you take 4 rigorous courses, then you're eligible for HOPE scholarship. Now this is a big deal, and it's something that most of our students can attain if they're willing to work hard for it. You'll see a list below that details the rigor courses that are offered at BCHS. The underlined courses are courses that are already a part of the college prep plan of study course sequence. So if you take the courses that we suggest for you, then you will automatically have the 4 rigor courses. But this is our complete list of rigor courses that we offer at BCHS. Okay. In addition to the HOPE scholarship, there's the Zell Miller scholarship that pays 100% of tuition in a Georgia college. In order to attain Zell Miller, you have to maintain a 3.7 academic GPA and that includes you have to have the 4 rigor courses, at least 4. And then the second component is that you have to post a score of at least 1,200 on the SAT or a 26 composite on the ACT. Now this has to be done in one sitting, and for the SAT, it's your combined verbal and math. So if you sign up for writing, you don't add that writing score in. It's just the combined verbal and math, and you can't combine scores from different test dates. It has to be in one sitting. So that's a 1,200 SAT or a 26 ACT. Okay, so you've gotten a lot of information, and sometimes it helps to have a visual. It helps to just have kind of a one-stop shop, go-to cheat sheet that kind of gives you all of that information. And so we have carefully designed a couple of advisement documents that will help you make selections of courses. It'll help you see your students' course sequence. And we plan to share those out in an email with you on Monday as part of the registration process. So you'll receive an email that'll have some documents that'll aid you in that registration process. And speaking of the steps for registration, let's talk about those, okay? So on Monday, we will email out a form for registration. Now, that form is going to be accessed through your student email account. You're going to select a plan of study. You're going to make academic course requests, and you're going to make elective course requests. You can certainly access the documents that I spoke about to help assist you in this process. Keep in mind that as you make the requests, they are requests at this time. Your actual schedules will not be available until July, most likely. And we know that you're going to have questions, and we want you to contact us. We're here to help you. Your teachers are here to help you. And myself and the counselors are here. So here is our contact information. Most of you already have your teacher contact information, and you've already been in close communication with them. So let's take a look at some of those forms now. Now we're going to look at the senior registration form. The first thing you'll do is type in your first name, middle, and last. Then you're going to select your homeroom teacher and your plan of study. That brings us to your academic course selections, where you'll first select your English Language Arts class. So your options are English Lit with extra support, Dual Enrollment English 1101, or Dual Enrollment English 1101 and English 1102. We ask our AP Language students to sign up assuming you will not get the AP credit. When the scores come in, we will make adjustments accordingly. We're optimistic, however, that you will all pass. Next, we're going to make a selection regarding our math course or courses. First, there's pre-calculus, then Algebra 2 with extra support, Algebra 2 and pre-calculus, and this selection would be for students who took geometry their junior year and need to make it through pre-calculus to meet college prep requirements. Students will be provided extra support through Algebra 2 if they make this selection. Next, we have Math Finance. Now, this is only for Career Tech Prep students who have also completed Algebra 2 their junior year. Finally, we have our dual enrollment options. You may opt to only take college algebra. The next selection would be to take college algebra and college pre-calculus. Then you may opt to take college algebra or college statistics. Or finally, you may opt to take all three, college algebra, college pre-calculus, and college statistics. Next, for science, you'll choose an option which begins with physics honors, anatomy honors, or you may choose to take both honors physics and honors anatomy. Next, our college prep students who did not take chemistry their junior year would need to take chemistry their senior year. And our career tech prep students would opt for one of the following: earth science or a CTAE fourth science, which would be animal science, forestry, horticulture, natural resources, healthcare essentials, sports medicine, computer science principles, or game design. Keep in mind the healthcare courses and the technology courses each have prerequisites that are also noted here. Finally, our social studies options are regular economics or honors economics. If you have any doubts regarding an academic selection, merely leave the section blank and we will ensure you get into the correct class. You may be out of sequence due to a transfer or other reason. If this is the case, you may not even see your next class listed. Again, you would leave the section blank and we will get you into the correct course. Next, we enter our elective section. At this point, you'll have anywhere from 2 to 3 electives to choose, depending upon whether or not you are taking extra academic courses. First, we have listed several academic electives: Spanish 1, 2, 3, AP Psychology, and dual enrollment public speaking. Then we get into our fine arts section, which begins with visual arts. Then we have band, concert and percussion, and chorus. You may be unsure of which class to take next. For instance, let's look at visual arts. You may not know if you took Visual Arts 2 or Visual Arts 3 previously. If this is the case, we ask you to make an educated guess. This is in contrast to what you were asked to do regarding your academic selections. With your electives, however, at least this gets us into the ballpark, and we can make sure to get you into the correct class. Now, once we get through our fine arts section, that brings us to our physical education courses. First, we have PE, and then we have 2 different types of weight training. The first of which is team sports. Now, this is for our student athletes who are planning to play a high school sport next year. Our student athletes are required to take weight training both semester 1 and semester 2. So if you're planning to play a sport, you're going to need to sign up for weight training both semesters. Now let's say that you're a student who doesn't play a high school sport, but you enjoy working out. The course that you would sign up for is body sculpting, and you can choose to take it 1 or both semesters. Next, we have our CTAE selections. I recommend that you reference the CTAE pathway document when selecting CTAE classes. This will give you a visual of the correct next course. Again, when unsure, make your best educated selection and we will double check to make sure to get you into the correct class. We begin here though with our ag options. We move into audio, video, and film, transportation. These are our auto shop classes, transportation 1, 2, and 3. This is our entrepreneurship pathway that begins with intro to business. Then we have our culinary arts classes, our computer science classes, and that brings us to early childhood. Just to note some detail regarding our early childhood classes, we want you to keep in mind that the early childhood courses cater more toward the daycare side of things and not necessarily early childhood education. If you're interested in education, whether it be early childhood, middle grades, or high school,
then you would opt to take one or more of the education classes listed here. Next, we have our engineering pathway, and then our ROTC classes. Now, we want to remind students that if you're planning to go into the military and you take at least 3 JROTC courses, that you're going to go in at a higher pay rate than if you take no JROTC classes in high school. So we encourage all of our young ladies and gentlemen who are interested in going into the military to take at least 3 of these courses. It's a very lucrative option for you. Okay, next, here are our healthcare classes. And once again here, I would recommend that you maybe just check that list of pathways to help give you a visual of how these courses are laid out. Then we come to our journalism classes, and typically a student takes journalism. This is yearbook. Typically a student takes journalism first and second semester. Next, we have our CNA, certification dual enrollment option. Keep in mind this takes 2 courses. It counts as 2 electives. The same is true of our welding certificate. It counts as 2 electives. Then we have work-based learning. We ask that if you plan to sign up for more than 1 block per semester we ask that if you only sign up for 1 block of work-based learning per semester, that you sign up for 4th block. So the only time you would select 3rd block in either semester is if you're also signing up for 4th block of the same semester. Okay, if you signed up for weight training team sports, we just ask you here to select the sport that you plan to play, sport or sports that you plan to play next school year. Okay, so you make that selection and submit, or if you're not playing a sport next school year, you merely just skip this section and click submit.
So finally, I just want to share with you those advisement documents that we've referenced throughout the video. I just want to show you what those are going to look like whenever you pull those up. When you're going to need to access the email, and then you'll be able to pull these documents up from the email. This is the class sequencing document. It's just a really good visual to help you see where your student is and where he or she is going. Then this is the other advisement document that I told you. It just packs a ton of information into one sheet. Almost everything we've talked about today is condensed into that sheet. So it's very helpful to keep and have. And then finally, this is the other document that we're going to share with you. This is the career clusters and pathways, and it shows the courses under each of the various pathways. So we thought that would be a help to you as well as you move through this process. Please remember that you have that contact information. If you need help with any of this, we do not want you to become frustrated. We don't want this process to intimidate you. We are here for you. Please reach out to us, to your teachers. Reach out to me, Carol Ann Gill. Reach out to your counselors, Ms. Kathy Chesser and Lori McNeese. We're here to help you with every step, and we're excited about next year.